Good morning. Happy Thursday. I had to check myself. My favorite part about being in business for myself and running my own team and my own company is that I never know what day it is. I used to always be like, must be nice to not know what day it is. No, I don't know what day it is. And yes, it's very nice. So for all of you guys who are hoping or planning and working toward a plan to fire your boss and be your own full-time employee, I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's worth all the hard stuff. It's worth everything you have to do to not have to answer to somebody else, follow somebody else's lead. I mean, it's pretty incredible. And when you can turn around and show other women how to do that too, then it just levels it up. So now I don't even care what I'm doing. When I see what my team is doing and they're hitting their goals and they are able to walk away from their full-time jobs, that's when I am just like, oh, it's everything. So today this whole month we're talking about adding, by the way. If you have not yet, go into guides and I have all of these organized by topic. So if you're struggling somewhere, you can go back and watch and rewatch any of these trainings. You can tag your teams in them if they're struggling somewhere. This whole entire group is meant to help all of us win. If you see something that I'm not talking about, that you're excited about, that I need to splash to the world, let me know. Listen, when you give, you get tenfold. So if you are not helping other people win, even if they're not on your team, you got to start doing that today. There's nothing that helps you more than helping somebody else win. And so that is what I'm doing. All month we are talking about adding and adding simple. So this is for people who want to grow on social media, who do not want to be doing physical parties. Vendor parties would also be considered social media, so that's fine. But if you're doing physical parties only and you're like, oh God, I can only do 10 parties a month, and after that, I'm pretty much maxed out, but I still want to be able to grow my audience and get all the customers I would ever need and multiple people coming to me, asking me to buy my stuff without having to pack up my junk, go to parties all the time. Like maybe you want to scale back on that. Maybe you're maxed out. Like you can't do, the thing about parties is after a while, there's no more parties you can do. Like there's only a certain amount of days in the month, a certain amount of hours after work, a certain amount of time that you can pack your stuff up and go. Maybe you have a loved one who's ill and now you had to cancel a bunch of parties, but you still want to generate a bunch of new leads and a bunch of new income. This is how you do it, social media. So our company basically does everything on social media. We do not even train to do parties. I mean, I have done a party before, but that is not how we grow our business. That is not how we get new leads. That is not how we get new customers. And it opens up the 3 billion leads that are on Facebook sitting here waiting to see your stuff. So you have things that people are interested in. You have solutions that people are looking for, and Facebook is basically functions like SEO, search engine optimization. So just like Google, people are going into Facebook, they're putting in the search bar what they want to see, and they're going and consuming content related to that. You have a solution for more than several of most people's issues here on Facebook. So you could, if you wanted to grow on social like we do, have all the customers you could ever need coming to you right here on Facebook. Like you never even have to get out of your pajamas, theoretically. So that is why I'm doing this group, is to show you how you can grow on social. You can do it in conjunction with your in-person parties if that's something you like to do. I personally absolutely have zero time for parties. Like I could not squeeze one in if my life depended on it. So, and this is how I continue to grow my team, organic leads, all the things. So you are going to send friend requests. It's part of my DMO. If you don't have that, look around. There's tons of places that tell you how to get one for free. And every day I tell you where to add friends from, where to send friend requests. I train my team to send at least 25 friend requests per day. Does that sound like a lot? Yeah, because only about less than half are going to accept. So 25 friend requests a day will get you about 10 new people to your page per day, and that's about 300 per month. That's 3,600 per year. So if you can't grow your business with 3,600 new customers a year, you might want to consider that you're in the wrong company, or you have the wrong product, or there's something bigger wrong there. Like I am not sure why you would even struggle if you had a consistent 300 extra customers coming to you every single month. So, and in this group, I show you where to send the friend request from so that they're more they're closer to you, like you, so that the know, like, and trust happens faster. I show you where to find those. But in my DMO, you're going to send friend requests to people from certain areas in your Facebook page so that you're not constantly hunting in the same pool of people. You're always in new networks. You're always getting new views. You're always getting in front of new groups of people. Because if you're continuing to post to the same people that you've been posting to for the last 6 months, no one's buying, that's why you're not selling. You can't just continue to post and you expect new people to see it. Your post is only going to be seen by the people you're interacting with. So the DMO shows you who to interact with. While you're interacting with those people, it tells you to go and send friend requests to friends of their friends. And some people think that's spammy. This to me is social media. We are on Facebook to be social. And I started with 200 friends on Facebook. At one point I had 4,500 friends. That means 4,300 of them are strangers that accepted my friend request. So I've already done the social experiment for you. Can you send friend requests to complete strangers and grow a social media business? Yes, I've done it. I'm telling you, this is how I did it. So if you feel like some kind of way, I've heard some people say, oh, I don't know, that just feels weird sending random friend requests. Okay, you get random friend requests. You're in business, right? You get random friend requests. You're fine with it. You're accepting them, not all of them, not the ones asking for feet pictures, right? But you're accepting them, right? But you are reluctant to send. So the bigger thing with that is work with your coach to uncover the story that is holding you back from doing something that you've seen work for multiple other people in other companies and other businesses. Work on the story you're telling yourself. What story are you telling yourself that keeps you from hitting that invite button in a platform where strangers are talking to strangers 24/7 all the time? So that is one piece that you would have to get over, and that's a mindset thing. Is it weird to send random friend requests on social media? No, it happens all the time. The people that are doing it are growing, and the people who are doing it are earning an income. If you don't want to do it or feel like you can't, that is a mindset shift that you are going to have to work through. And by the way, I'm getting certified in that little area, certified mindset coach, so that I can help my team untangle the stories and feelings that are holding them back from massive action. So work with your coach. Tell them, I need to discover what is holding me back from hitting that invite button. So you are going to send the friend request, but what do you do when they accept? I'll tell you what you don't do. You don't send them your offer. You don't invite them to your group. That's what spammy is. So if you feel like, oh, if I hit the friend request, I'm going to have to send them something about my business or my group, then yeah, that your body's saying, ooh, that's spammy, that's weird, that's not okay. So it has to come from a true, this phone's heavy trying to hold it myself. I'm downstairs because my husband's upstairs on a call. It has to come from a place of genuine curiosity about the person. The people who I send friend requests to, I am not sending the friend request because I hope they buy my stuff or join my team. I'm sending them a friend request because they genuinely interest me. Most of them, a lot of them are local to me, and I'm like, hey, let's get together. I would love to have coffee with you or wine, because I went from a super social, extroverted, full-time job to social media at home in my pajamas, and this girl needs to get out. So I don't care if you join my company. I don't care if you buy my products. Half the time, if I'm talking to you, if you're close by, I'm going to be like, hey, you want to have lunch? You want to have dinner? Like, I am friending people who are like-minded, who I like their attitude, I like their energy, and I want to be around more of that. So you're building a community of like-minded people. And then when you post about what you are loving, what's giving you this beautiful glowy skin at the age of 50 or whatever, those people might say, oh my God, I love Jennifer. I talk to her all the time. We go and have lunch, and I want to have what she has. I've seen her skin in person. It's awesome. But that is not the goal. The goal is to meet amazing human beings and to get to learn about them and support them and have them support you. People have complete strangers have been so supportive. I'll tell you a story. I just met in another group a woman, and oh my God, I can't remember her name all of a sudden. Anyway, hopped in, she's in this group looking at training. She's a fellow network marketer. We're not in the same company. We, probably competing. I can't remember what she sells. And she's been following my story, and she jumped into my private group, and I share a lot of really details in my private group to my customers who know, like, and trust me. And I talk about some stuff, and I've been going through some pretty heavy things with my adult. I just learned that the word adult child is triggering. So I'm trying not to say that, but I've been calling him my adult child. He's 20 and fully dependent on me and living at home. And I called him that the other day. I said, you're an adult child living at home. I need to help you be successful. And he lost his mind for 3 days. So trying to not say that. So my child, who's an adult, how is that fucking different? I don't know. Anyway, I was talking about some issues that I'm having with him, and she reached out to me independently, and she sent me the most amazing solution that I had never heard of from a completely stranger. So you are connecting with people because you're a human being, not because you want to sell them. So if it feels like you don't want to send the friend request, you need to think about your motive. Because if your motive is, I'm going to sell them, or I want them to buy from me, or I hope they, join my team or jump into my group so I can see that number go up even if they're not even interacting, then yeah, that is spammy and that is weird. And your instincts are telling you that's crappy. Don't do it. But if you are coming from a true place of wanting to get to know them, what do you do? Where do you live? Oh my God, I love that outfit. I love that, whatever. You're genuinely chit-chatting with people just like you would do in the grocery store line at Publix, or if you were standing waiting for tickets at Ticketmaster, whatever. Like, when you are genuinely chatting with people and meeting them out in the public, it's the same thing in the virtual space. Change the way you think about it. Once you get them to accept your friend request, you're not going to ask them for anything. You're going to say, thank you. Thanks for accepting my request. I came across you wherever you came across. I love to say if I met them in a group, or if I came across them wherever, like on Reels or whatever. I love your Reels. I watch them all the time. I finally decided to connect. I love your positive energy. I just need more of that in my feed. I look forward to getting to know you. That's what I say. And you want that message to be in every single inbox of every single friend that you have. Here's the challenge, and what I get my team to do. Open up your alphabet, A through Z, on Facebook. If you want to get super technical about it, you can download that into a CVV file, export it into Excel, and you can use it like a CRM. And you can use it to reach out to every person on your alphabet list. And you can check them off as you go. You can write notes. Are they a prospect? What do they do? So when you're in real sales, like I was, I got to know my prospects. I went and I knew who their husband was, their kids, their dog. I got to know what they were excited about. And I had a prospect list, and I kept up with what they loved. And when I would call on them, I'd be like, oh my God, how's your puppy doing? And did I remember they had a puppy? No. I pulled out my notes before I walked in to make that call. And I said, oh yeah, Susie just got a puppy last month and her husband is mad about it. Let me go ask her about that. And it makes them feel so special that you remembered. And it's because you wrote yourself a note. Okay, that's what a good salesperson does. So you are a good salesperson, and you are going to get to know the people who have said yes to your friend request. And you're going to get to know them, and you're not going to ask them to buy anything, and you're not going to talk to them about your business, really. Rarely I will. If they have a really good reach on social media and they're not doing anything else, I'll say, gosh, girl, you got such a good reach on social media. I teach people how to monetize that for free. Have you ever thought about turning that into income? You're sitting on a gold mine. I had to ask. That is the only conversation that I will have with somebody without them coming to me asking, but I only do it after I've gotten to know them over a period of time, like weeks of chit-chatting with them and getting to know them, and them commenting on my stuff and me commenting on theirs. If they're not answering my questions on Facebook Messenger, if they're not commenting on my stuff, I'm not talking to them about that stuff. I'm not even going to go there. But once we go back and forth and we have a rapport, I might say, you know what? This is too good not to ask. I mean, I really think you're sitting on a sizable income. I would love to talk to you about it. Is it anything that's ever crossed your mind? Then you can talk to them about your business opportunity, and they are going to see the post that you're curiously doing all during the week according to your DMO. So they're going to see your product, and then they're going to ask you about it. You're going to do a reel with your product or whatever, and then they're going to ask about it in the comments. I was just answering before I got on. A bunch of people were asking me about my device that I did a reel on. So I was putting that in the comments, and I was following up with people and sending messages. They were asking me. I didn't reach out to them and say, hey girl, thanks for liking my story. Do you want information? No. Thanks for liking my story. I really appreciate it. Do you have something that you love? Totally different. Do you have something you love? Not, would you love my thing? What's in it for them? Talk about them, make people feel special. Every single friend request that you have had accepted needs to have a message in their inbox. Has to. Otherwise, don't send the friend request. It is a waste of time to send a friend request and not message them or engage on their page. Facebook treats that as a stranger, and you're going to kill your algorithm if they don't start seeing your stuff and interact. You need that person to accept the friend request and interact with you. And if they don't, you get rid of them, because your algorithm is based on the number of people that you're talking to divided by the number of people total on your friends list, including every unaccepted friend request. So what do we do the first of every month? We delete all the unaccepted friend requests minus about 2 weeks, right? You don't want those clogging up your algorithm either. Once you start deleting all the people who are not interacting with you, and I have a free filter for this. If you want a link to do a free filter that shows you every active and every inactive person on your profile today, I can send that to you. Just send me a little message. But if you don't want to filter, you can just go and look and see, is this person I added Susie, if you're going to keep that list. I added Susie in March. I've never seen her comment on my stuff. I've never seen her look at my story. Every time I send her something on Messenger, even a happy birthday, she doesn't reply. She looks at it, but doesn't reply. Susie's gone. Susie's not somebody who's getting to know me. Susie's not somebody who's interacting with me. I don't care if you buy something from me. When I friend you, I want you to like my crap. I want you to help my algorithm. I want you to know, like, and trust me enough to be like, oh, I like her. She's amazing. She says amazing things on my post. Every time I get a like from them, I go right back to their page and I love whatever they're doing. You always give a like back. So what do you do after they accept the friend request? You send that message. You make sure every single time they engage with you, you engage with them back. And a lot of times I'll go into the message and say, girl, I really appreciate it. You just friended me a couple of days ago and you're already loving my stuff. I appreciate it so much. It's such a big help to my algorithm. By the way, what do you do on social media? What do you do here online that keeps you busy? And I'll start chatting with them. What do you do for work? What do you do for fun? How long have you lived in Colorado? Are you a good skier? Oh my gosh, you went to the Bahamas. Did you swim with the pigs? I just genuinely am curious about whatever. Just ask people. People love to talk about themselves. Go out and be talking to people and set yourself a goal. I'm going to have a real conversation with 5 people a day or whatever. That is the conversation that's going to lead to sales and recruits and all of that stuff. So if you're just adding and you're not sending them a message and you're not engaging on their content, don't even send the friend request. Just don't. And definitely don't send them an invite to your group, and definitely don't ask them if they want to buy something. And please, you guys, if it's your birthday, and I have made this mistake myself, do not send a happy birthday. I'll give you $10 off if you spend money with me right today. Just don't do that. If you want to say it's your birthday and they come back and say, thank you, I did this, I did that, blah, 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 then say, oh my gosh, that's amazing. The next day say, by the way, everybody who has a birthday this month is going in for a free whatever over here in my group. I'd love to see you over there. And then you can invite them that way. But after they've told you what they did, you said it's amazing. Every birthday, I say, what did you do for you today? And then when they reply, I come back and tell them what I think about that. I reply to whatever they've said. So you can go into recent birthdays and you can go back to everybody and see if they replied to your question. And then you can move those conversations forward. And then if you want to say, by the way, girl, I give my birthday people, I put them in a free drawing for this amazing whatever every single month. I'd love to see you over there. It's a lot of fun. We do this or that. And then make sure your group, we're going to talk about this too, I think the last Thursday of the month, but make sure your group is, I mean, you can keep it. I just changed mine to something more specific. So when I send it, it doesn't sound like just a salesy customer group. It actually sounds like it's going to give them value and something that they're interested in. So I'll give you a little teaser about what we'll talk about on Thursday, next Thursday. I changed my group's name from Living Young with Jennifer Marie. And that truly was Living Young with supplements and skincare. But most people thought that was essential oils because I totally forgot about that company, but I had already kind of branded myself as that. So I was reluctant to change it. And then I took a little free e-course on growing your Facebook groups, which I highly recommend taking these courses. They're all over the place. Now that I said it, it'll be in your feed. And she was very specific. You have 75 characters in that name of your group. Facebook is SEO. When they put something in, when they're searching for something, it is going to pull up the name of your group. I'll use my other one, the True Botox Alternative. So when people are searching Botox on Facebook, my group comes up, the True Botox Alternative, and people jump into it organically because they're searching it. So I switched my main group, that's everything, it came from Living Young with Jennifer Marie, which basically was my brand, and I was just putting all my customers in there, to, I can't even remember what I called it now. What Women Want Skin. And I did that because there's a very popular group local to me that's called What Women Want. And so I wanted mine to also pop up when people are looking for it because it gets shared a lot. What Women Want Age-Proof Skin and Hormone Solutions. So I used, and ChatGPT did that for me. I asked ChatGPT to write me 10 options for Facebook group names, 75 characters or less, that included anti-aging skin and hormone solutions, and included the words what women want. And then I put that in there, and Chat gave me 10 options that were 75 characters or less, and I picked the one I liked the best. And then I stuck it in my group. So and I've trained on all of these things in here. Go into guides and find them. I have all these little hacks I have in there. So make sure that you are interacting with every person who's accepted your friend request, or don't send the friend request. If you don't have time to interact with 10 new people a day, then send less friend requests. If you can send 5 friend requests and you get 5 accepts and that's all you can handle, then just do that. Just do that. Do as much as you can keep up with. Don't be sending friend requests that are going unattended to, because you're just wasting your time. Don't even bother hitting the invite button. So I hope that helps. Let me know what you think down below. What's working for you? Where are you getting your new customers from? How are you getting brand new people to come asking you about your product or service? I'd love to hear about it down below. Have an amazing Thursday. Bye, y'all.